All right, I'm back. Grabbed myself something to eat. I've got some pretzels and a bagel with me, so I might be nomming on some bagel in a little bit, but it's really freaking hot. So what we're going to do in the meantime, I got my aeroponics tubing, and we're just going to go all the way across, like that. Then what I'm going to need to do is create, kind of a little, one more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, 8 tiles high. Not that it really matters exactly how high it is. In fact, let's go 10, because the sprinklers are going to take up some space too. And then we will go right across with more aeroponics tubing. And I'm not quite sure. What is that? That's two away from the edge. I like making things symmetrical because I'm weird. So one more. So then that's how far that's going to go. And then what we can do is we can kind of disassemble this stuff. Oh great, my cat is whining. Real good sign. And then we will need to do the same thing. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And some more aeroponics tubing. Except we went 10. We went up 10. I remember that. And yeah, this is fine. I make the tiers a little bit smaller each time. Just so that it's easy to jump up. So I'm thinking 3 tiers. 3 tiers of that is just fine. But then what we do need to do is actually have a level. Oh, not like that. What we need to do is we need to have a level that just goes across so that we can have our sprinklers. Right, we need those sprinklers. And we'll get rid of these while we're at it. So then I think what we want is, it doesn't say exactly how many tiles wide it will go, but we should be able to just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one might be moved over just a little tiny bit. Like that. And then I'm thinking like 1. Yeah, this one might still need 5 too. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not perfect, but whatever. Then we'll take the hand hoe. Just get that all good and tilled. And then I'll have to find plants. That's actually going to be the most difficult part of all this. Yes, cat. He wants to jump up on the windowsill, but he's old, so he always cries about it before he does it. And I don't think tilling ever goes away, so I think this is safe to do this. All right, that's all good. Everything's tilled. Next thing to do is start with some seeds. So I'm actually going to avoid those because I think those are all things that I already have seeds for. Right, because these, well, I guess not everything has seed in the name, but these are all seeds. And we are going to plant some crystals. So let's start with that. This is going to be the top level just because I think I have the fewest. Yeah, and this probably will not even fill up this area. The only thing about crystals is I think when you harvest them, it destroys them. So I guess that's something I will need to be kind of aware of. And you can barely see them. What is this? Oh, okay. There's actually a plant right here. Just can barely see it. There he goes. Now he's up there. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I suppose I'll plant one of these crystal plants as well. My big thing is just going to be determining what will actually regrow. Because I really try to have my plants be purely like the plants that are actually planted like that to be all plants that will naturally regrow so that I don't have to replant them, right? That's a pain in the butt. Now let's go for things that I don't have a lot of. And the way we're going to do this is, well, this doesn't really help because there are a bunch of seeds that are not actually tagged as seeds, right? So doesn't actually help super significantly, right? Like Mutavisk is still a seed. But we're gonna just grab some stuff. Like this face shroom I only have one of, so I'll plant that regardless. We'll do some Oculemon, some Toxic Top, Pineapple, Corvex, Puss Plum. Reef Pod you can only plant underwater. I suppose I could make an underwater thing for it. So this is 6, 7. Those birds are something else. Alright, so this is 8. Oh yeah, we can do cocoa. Although annoyingly, cocoa does not stack either. Oh, maybe cocoa does, but coffee doesn't, or something like that. We'll do Lactarius, Tylock. Coral Creep might only grow underwater. I'll have to double check that. Miracle Grass. I really do believe a lot of these, even the ones that I'm grabbing, will only sprout once, and then when you harvest them, like they're gone, they disappear. Talon, Porpoise, Cadavan, Spices. I'm maybe operating under the wrong assumption, but I'm sort of assuming that if it's something that I have fewer seeds of, it's something that I have fewer actual plants of. Like, fewer of the, you know what I mean. Now we're just kind of looking for stuff that I just like have less than 20 of. Don't really want to grow Unfortas. Alright, this is a lot of plants. And we'll start these on the bottom, just because that's where I have the most space. And when it is planted, we will bring it up here. Wow, Toxic Top and Pineapple look exactly the same. No, that is not where I wanted to put it. That actually eats up a spot for another plant. I have to be really careful about getting them as close as I can, or else I'm potentially just wasting a lot of space. I've got birds fighting outside my window. I don't know if you can hear them. Gosh, they're kind of loud. I would say so far this is pretty promising in terms of the things that are big enough to look like they'll regrow. Micro bamboo might need to be in water. Right, because I can't actually plant it. We'll try that coral creep. Yep, if it automatically uproots itself like that, that means it will only grow in water. So that might actually be something we make a little planter area for a couple of things that only grow in water. Wow, we're actually getting a lot of plants here. I guess I did not realize how many plants these 3 tiers would actually hold. But it is going to be a lot. We might even get all of them. Oh, we will just barely not get all of them, I think. Yeah, it's like, yeah. 2 left. These ones will go up here. Like so. And gosh, I mean, maybe I even want to just repeat the crystals. Again, I don't know what of those will actually regrow, but we will be figuring that out. And let's plant an Abba's mango just because I have this seed in my inventory. So we got all of these. So we can go for another 30. Get them down here, and then any extras will fit up here for sure. so that won't grow, that won't grow. I know potatoes do not regrow, so that's something that I'll be skipping for sure. I'll put them right under the crystals. Try to do some that I'm just not super sure about. I think I have a bunch of those. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We just did an Abysmingo. Right, yeah. 13, 14, 15. I think carrots don't regrow either. 16, 17, 18. Are dirt urchins underwater? I don't remember. We'll find out. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We've got a lot of some of this other stuff. 24, 25. Sure, I'll go into Florida. Alright, that's 26. That should be enough to fill this up. Gosh, you can barely see that. You know, what's going to be really difficult though is remembering, like what. Well, I guess I won't set up my my automation here until I have it figured out. But I was going to say it's going to be really difficult figuring out. Well, that's the game. That deep thrumming. It's a crystal. But I was going to say it's going to be really difficult figuring out, like, you know, what actually regrows and what only grows once. So we'll have to hold off on automating this until we've got a harvest. Gosh, can we get a no? Aquilum will not grow there. That's not enough room. There, another soulless berry. Yeah, some of these are really coming along already. That's great. I am going to dump. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. There is not an easy way to do that then. Whatever. have to take all of the flower seeds out. Kind of annoying. And then we should have a couple more, right? Because I think they're maybe not. Wasn't there like an orchid? Yeah. It's just the seeds are dark. I keep them separate because they fulfill very different roles. All of the plants are for food, and this is just for bees mostly. Gosh, annoying, but I feel like this is kind of necessary. Oh, and then I do have my crystals as well. Okay, there's that. How is this looking? Very full. Okay. Time to pull out all the eggs and milk again. And what we are also going to do is I'm going to pull out all of the steak and chili when we dump this stuff, because that will free up another bunch of space, and the steaks and chili will actually stack sometimes. I'm not really sure of the mechanics of it myself, like why it does that. But a lot of times when you like withdraw a bunch of the raw meat, things will just inexplicably stack. Like they are doing. We'll pull all these out as well. So we now have a 99 stack, a 27 stack, a 94 stack, and then we will also dump back the 11 and the 10. So all of those stacks of steaks, or they're not really, all those stacks of raw meat are there. And then if we do the same with chili, chili tends to do the same sort of thing, where it naturally stacks up. Yep, so we've got a stack of 10, and then 2 stacks of 2. Actually, it looks like the stack of 10 stacked with that. So we've now got a stack of 20 and a stack of 17. So pretty space saving. Let's do the same for Abysmingo. I don't know if they're going to do that quite as well. Looks like that worked okay. And will wortweed? No, wortweed will not. So we'll leave that. Abysmingo will go back as a stack of 10. The steaks we will try to pawn off on our animals because they're just not worth anything. So they are pretty good carnivore food. And the rest will get sold. Just to free up some freaking space here. Okay, so what we will do with some of this other stuff then is I'm going to take all the seeds out now. And then there are even more seeds than this. So we're going to go through kind of slowly. A bunch of bananas. We can probably take that Urchius and the Cryonic. We'll take all the stuff that doesn't spoil, basically. Flesh strands. because the general idea. Oh no, pearl peas will go bad. The general idea all along was just to basically have this be refrigerated storage so that any food that is generated gets dumped into refrigerated storage, so I just don't have to worry about it. And I've got all of these other items in here now that I think, you know, it's about time we cleaned this out a bit. Soda. And I think this will just be really helpful in terms of giving me some more space. Yeah, these stacks can go like that, and like that. I don't think a lot of this stuff will stack up. Wow, I got 14 Neptunium from something? Dang. We'll put our peaches up here. We got some more nanners. Alright. So that cleans that up a lot. Let's go ahead and I think we can do a similar sort of thing here. Just take it all out, and we'll dump where it needs to go. And so let's look at our farm. Looks like some of these are coming along. One or two things harvestable already. Not a lot though. Wow. Crystals especially are taking a long time. That means what we'll need to do then is get more grabbers and stuff. And so we'll do that in just a sec. We'll keep all the bees, but then all these other crafting mats are going to need to get dumped in here. I don't know where that single titanium came from. Yeah. I'll hold on to this. Don't think I need those. Yeah, 9. For whatever reason, I think one of the farm beasts make 9s. No one really understands why, but they generate 9s. Ah, yes, and we also have a bunch of honeycombs. Well, and I'm gonna die. We was starving. Okay, the rest of the food, I don't mind keeping the food on me that never goes bad. And it's a lot more convenient than, like, if I need it, having to find it in here. It's like, it's so hard to search for items in the transmatter terminal. The only thing I like about it is it's super space saving. Like, this entire area is holding all of my items, effectively. You know, it's not 100% of my items, but it is a staggering percentage. Yeah, those seeds still have not grown. I don't really know why, but they're just not growing. So it's been half an hour, and pretty much all I've done is get these Oh, some of the crystals are ready to go. What, old man? Forgot about my bagel, too. He whining. So I suppose what we could do, too, is have a kind of similar system up here where I've got, you know, I've got a storage that everything gets dumped into. I think I might also do my bee breeding over here so that I can get everything to be day and night. So the way that's going to happen is I'm going to need to craft some regular apiaries. We need timber. We'll do 5. So if we go like 1, can go like that, and then that leaves us plenty of room for whatever we want to do here. I do have an ITD. That's good. I want to kind of wait until everything is ready so that I don't have to do this in multiple passes. That's going to be kind of a pain. Oh, that Orbis was right in front of the Fluffalo's face, so I thought it was actually the Fluffalo's face. That looked kind of funny. Oh, I know another thing I can do. Colony deeds. And a rent collector. Yeah, so we need a lot of stuff here. Iron bar, laser diode, electromagnet. Iron bar. Laser diode. Electromagnet. I also know I will need a bunch of teleporter cores. And what we're going to start doing is making some what else do I need here? Making some homes for some settlers or colonists, whatever you want to call them, and generating some rent collectors for them. So we're also going to need some watchers. And I think we've got a bunch of storage bridges already, but I'll just make a couple of more. Silicon boards and glass and tungsten. So what we can do with that is, what do we want? We'll probably want 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Alongside, we need titanium and durasteel then, because we're going to use level 4 grabbers. So the benefit here, actually, what is the range of the V3? Range 12. So centrally located, that should be plenty. So we only need 4. We will, however, need, come on. What's this? Satan time. That's a new one. We will need glass. I wonder how much glass I have in here. This is just weird. And the way we're going to do this, actually, I will need some containers. So we'll just do regular old, well, let's look at the space we've got up here. I don't even think it's big enough for, yeah. I suppose what could be done here is, so we are going to change something about, well, I don't think it needs to change, right? Centrally located rent collector should be plenty. Oh, I've got V2s. Like something like that, right? Very centrally located. Yeah, so that did, in fact, collect a rent. And then what we're going to want to do is, wait. Okay, so this doesn't actually need to be hooked up to anything, even though it does have a power hookup. So what we're going to do instead is, man, this is really easy. So we just need, if I have it, but what we're going to need is, I did not actually grab them. Okay. Because we want to use something small, just because we don't have a lot of space, and I'll be really surprised if we generate more than 40 items in here before we actually pick them up. So we've got that. We're going to take a storage bridge V2. We are going to need one of our grabbers. Yup, we'll need a grabber. And we will need an ITD. So I will need 2 more ITDs before we can just kind of roll with this. Easy. Okay, and then the ITD we're gonna do like up here. I don't think it really matters, but you kind of want these things to be a little bit apart. Helps with wiring, is at least my understanding. So we've got our ITD, we've got our grabber. So output, it's gonna go grabs items from the world, range 12. Yeah, we should be 1, 2. Should be okay. What do you want? 40 storage matter fragment? No, we're not gonna do that. It wants me to get storage matter fragments so that I can make a container to put in a house. And I'm just gonna make houses. Alright. So we've got the basic setup here. All we need to do is then hook up our grabber to the ITD to the storage bridge. So our grabber is here. Grabber output to input, and I think, let me double check that input 1. Oh no, input 2 is the item network. Okay, so we go output to input, output to input, and that should be all we need. All we're gonna do is leave the ITD completely empty, and that's it. So as soon as these are ready to pick up rent again, we should see the items fall, the grabber snag them, and then they should appear in the crate. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, right, because, yeah, everything will get dumped right in there. While we're waiting for that, let's grab some decorations. So I can just, like, make some random rooms. You got a 30-second ad. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to take some Gothic doors. And we're going to take some village doors. We're going to do some themed rooms here. So let's do kind of like a toxic dump room. I always wonder how people like coffee so much. Man, I love coffee. I could not make it without coffee. Yeah, I could, but I like coffee. The other thing that sucks is that these rooms are going to be really small, so I'm not going to be able to cram a lot of interesting stuff into them. Which means I'm not going to get very interesting residents. I like the hazard sign, that's kind of funny. I also think you need a light source in every room. Alright, we're going to try this. Oh, okay. Rent has not been collected yet. We weren't gone very long. So for starters, doors. A door on each side here. And actually, this door is going to be the Gothic door. Well, not that I really think it matters, but let's... Oh, the grabber took it. Well, at least it went where it was supposed to go. We'll go like that. And like that. And then in this Gothic one, there will be this chair. This spooky chair. And a spooky clock. Big clock, though. Can we do spooky candles? Yes. And a spooky cauldron? Yes. And then, spooky colony deed. And look at that! We got a spooky dude. So I guess Do you just need a chair and a light source? I thought you always needed a bed. Now let's do our little toxic waste room. A little sewer room. I'm going to get rid of that light source. I don't like that. Oh, and I have that guy that I wanted. Can I even fit it anywhere? It appears I cannot. I wonder if I take that down, does that give me the space I need? No, it still does not. Well, I can do the hazard sign. And I'm going to take down that one. I think I have a faulty light. I'm assuming that still counts as a light source, right? And then we'll pop down our calling deed. Right in that little corner. And it's not okay. Okay, what do you need? I'm assuming you need an actual light source then. Come on, go away. I need to see what I'm doing. The fact that swords take energy to swing. Yeah, that was something that took me a little while to get used to, but once you do, it's okay. So it looks like the faulty light is not going to count as a light source. But that one does. No, it still doesn't like something. Oh, I think the cauldron does count as a bed, right? Yeah, you can. You can hang out in there. I like that I'm crying. Okay, so I do need... That's frustrating. That really limits the amount of space that I actually have available. Now you have a quest for me. Don't know why they couldn't do this themselves, but okay. Wait. Okay, I activated it and it's like, nope. Well, let me double check this real quick. Starbound colony. One light and one door. That's all that's actually required, though. Oh, but also apparently, no background. Making sure that all the tiles are filled. I wonder if it's maybe just an issue with the placement here. Like maybe it's gonna need to be like that. Yeah, okay. Very odd. And annoying. So that means that we can have the wherever it is. We can have this here. We just then need to put the colony deed in like a weird spot. Alright, what are you? Hey, it is like a it is like a sewer guy. That's cool. Great. So that is like exactly what we wanted. We got a spooky guy and a sewer guy. And then, what else can we do? Oh, that's not the right window. There we go. I know you can do, like, precursor ones. Yeah, you can toggle the atmosphere. I think all that does is change what's, like, what counts as being breathable. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think there's much of a point to turning off racial buffs, but you can, I suppose. Let's do a little Zen garden. I don't like that one. I like that one the best. Because we're super limited on space. What makes the most sense as a light source in a little Zen garden? We could add a little fountain in there. That'd be great if it'll fit. All right, we'll try this. Oh, look at that. So many quests. Might also toggle debuffs. Oh, sure, like the negative resists you get. That would be true. I'll take those quests. Those are pretty easy. Still no rent, though. Okay, so this one, I'm going to do a little calligraphy. We're going to have to get rid of one of these lights. Not like that. So we can actually put the chimes up. We'll do our little Zen rock right by the door with the light source there. Our little waterfall. Suppose I should be nice and give him a chair. But we can get rid of that because if we've got the vine... Well, no. We'll dump the vine simply because I think in a space station it probably makes more sense to actually just have the space station lights. Yeah, we'll get this bro a chair before we put the colony deed up. Chair. What would he like? I don't know. None of these seem very Zen garden-y. I'll give him the modern one. That's fine. Boom. Like butter. Alright, and then we should be able to plop this like that. And Shazam! I'm brewing some herbal tea. Cool. This one up here, I don't know what we're gonna do. We should probably do something with like some storage so that we can get maybe a vendor. vendor would be real nice. What do I have for chests? Do I have any cool chests? Yeah, let's do like a little precursor thing. Okay, interesting. It let me craft precursor chests. I'm gonna put all my stuff for the for grabbing rent down there. Man, it's almost been an hour. Again. If we look up precursor, yeah, there's a lot of precursor stuff. Okay. So we'll do a precursor monitor, because I know I'm not going to have a lot of space here. We'll do a precursor wall shelf. Precursor machine should fit. We'll change the door to a precursor door. And they're already getting a chest. That's fine. Let's do the precursor bed. Interesting that it's giving me crafting recipes for items that I've already had. Maybe I just haven't picked them up in such a long time. Oh, if he's saying that, I have a feeling that it did not grab rent. Okay. Oh, odd. It must be too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it must be too far away. I may need to add a second grabber for all of these. So what we're going to do is bust up the grabber. We will do one grabber down there and one grabber up here. And then, what is it? It's red is the output. So we go output to input. Yep, and that plopped it down. And then still here, output to input. So, yep, picked it up just fine. It was just too far away. That was our issue. So, precursor time. Sure, of course. You're going to take the door from me. So we'll go in here. Well, you can put the precursor bed wherever? That is interesting. So yeah, the precursor bed can be floating. That's kind of cool. First off, we'll plop the chest down, and I think we'll hover the bed above that. That'll save a little bit of space. Precursor machine. Can do a precursor wall shelf. The precursor monitor. Now that room is flippin' stacked. And then it's just a matter of plunking down the colony deed. And we should, yep, there we go. A scientist. That's a shame. Let's bust it up and try again. See what we get. I believe it randomizes every single time you place the deed, so if this is another scientist, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So then, what I can do... Your phone died. Well, what the heck? So then what I can do is I can do the same thing down here. Right, we're going to have a grabber. And a grabber. And plunk this right down there. Put the storage bridge right next to it. The rent collector. And the ITD. Then we go output or input to output, and then like that, like that. So now it is set up. The grabbers will grab, dump into the chest here. And we will be able to do the same kind of thing. We just have to cover up. For whatever reason, this glass is not really glass. It's considered empty background. So you have to put your own glass over the top for it to count as an enclosed room. So there we go. And now I have 6 more rooms that I'll be able to play interior decorator. Oh, the other thing I gotta do is I'm gonna have to get watchers. I'm gonna have to get a watcher over here as well. So let's craft a few watchers. I'll need just 4. Carbon plate, core fragment. That's a lot of core fragments. This way, my little rent collecting systems will function even when I am a little bit away. The only frustrating part about watchers is that literally every time you come back to your base, I will need, every time I come back, I will need to activate them. So every single time I leave, it's going to result in me needing to come back and do that. Literally just press on them once. But it's pretty annoying. That is another hour, but you know what? I'm on a roll, and I'm not doing anything today. So I am basically going to end the video, but I'm going to be back in like 10 seconds. Again, I just I cut the streams into 1-hour chunks to make it easier to upload them to YouTube. So hang tight. I'll be back in about 10 seconds. Just going to end the stream, make sure that it gets cut off on Twitch appropriately, and then I'll be right back.